Touch mine.
AGamer here, and I'm going to be doing a quick build video for the Scourge. They didn't really change much with the previous balance patch, so there's no real reason for me to go into much details other than just a few changes here and there I made. And with the previous balance patch, they did nerf the Spellbreaker quite some, so now I consider the Scourge the meta once again. Also, as a side note, I have had some people come up to me and request a certain build, or rather just a build for a certain class. Now, I normally run Warriors and recently Scourges, but if you want to see me make a build for a certain class, go ahead and put it down in the comments which class you want me to make a build for, and if I get enough interest in it, I'll go ahead and see if I can make something and if I can make it work. But with that said, let's start with the utilities. I'm going to start off with Consume Conditions. It's a quite heavy Condi meta still, so the more Condi cleanse you have, the better. Not only do you remove every single condition you have on you, per condition you consume, you heal. So this is a great healing skill. Desiccate. The moment you activate this, you're going to gain enough life force to activate your F2 and F3 skill, and Scourge is basically just run on those skills. And F2 removes more Condis, and the more Condi cleanse, the better. Like Signet, like I said, more Condi cleanse, the better. Trail of Anguish, gives you stability and swiftness, so I use it more for mobility, and if you're fighting a 1v1 and need stability, pop this off and get that easy stomp. Ghastly Breach, I just activated that for no reason, but let's go roll with it. I call this the Winds of Disenchantment Plus, because not only does it do the exact same thing as a Spellbreaker, it removes boons, but instead of removing them, it converts boons into Torment and Cripple with each pulse. So that's a great skill. And with that said, let's move on to the equipment. This build is running Staff, Scepter, and Torch. On the Staff we got Sigil of Energy just for mobility, Sigil of Revocation, removing boons, Sigil of Misery, I want that Torment duration increase, along with Sigil of Agony because I want that bleeding duration increase. I got Rune of Scavenging and Carrion Amulet, basically because condition damage is where I'm doing all the damage. I don't need anything else. With that said, let's go on to traits. And the traits are Curses, Soul Reaping, and Scourge. For the Curses, we got Plague Signet, Condi Removal, Path of Corruption, Condi Removal, and then Weakening Shroud, the Weakness. Soul Reaping, we got Soul Marks. I want my marks to become unblockable, especially for my Staff 5. If someone's about to get stomped, pop off the 5, they get feared, bam, I actually gain life force on top of that, and someone doesn't get stomped, so I just save my teammate. Persistent, the recharge reduces. The reason why I'm using this because F2 to F5, that's how you win games. If you're a Scourge, all you gotta do is take your keyboard, put it to your face, and roll on those F2 to F5 skills, and people will get downed. Easy. Dumbfire, and every time I activate my Shroud skill 1, which is I believe F1 or F2, I sometimes forget, I inflict burning, more Condi damage. Scourge, we got Nourishing Rot, which is just life force for every time I remove a boon, and I remove boons quite often, so that life force is just going to be increasing quite often. Sadistic Searing, I use this for my 7 and 9 skills, so I can have them available much more faster. And then Sand Savant, that way I don't have to deal with 3 of them, I can just deal with 1. The recharge is reduced, and I get a higher radius. So that's great. So anyway, that is the Scourge build. I will also, as a side note, I will have a Spellbreaker video up after this because I still love the Warrior and I can't go away, so I will have a build for that. Stay tuned for that if you are a Warrior. And just again, if you want to see another build for a different class that I normally don't run, put it in the comments, and if I get enough interest in it, I'll go ahead and play around with it and try to make a build for everybody else. And hey, I actually want to try another different class, so that'll give me an excuse for that. But other than that, enjoy climbing the ladder.